It is day 4 of the May Painting Challenge, and I've started this off by laying down the first coat of my base color, the Imperial Blue, as you will recall. Yesterday, before finishing up, I sort of thinned out these eyebrows with some skin tones. Did that yesterday. Today, like I said, I put on down the first coat of Imperial Blue, and it's going to need at least one more, probably a third, perhaps even a fourth, which would be appropriate. May the 4th be with you, after all. But you know how this goes. I like to put down a really solid base color. I really want this to be the base for the work going forward. So I like to be meticulous about this and very careful and make sure it's an even tone all over, but you don't need to see all the details of it. The question of the day is, what else am I working on besides the May Painting Challenge? Well, I'll show you. I'm going to cut to a segment demonstrating just that. Just as soon as I get around this shoulder pad, I don't want to stop painting just when I get into the zone here. I'm spilling a lot of blue onto the skeleton, but we'll fix that in post, as they say. And yeah, it's still really dark here. It's proving very hard to cover that up on this shoulder for some reason. This shoulder is much easier. Well. Tell you what, I'll cut to those side projects, and then I'll come back here to show you what's happened after I put a few more coats on. See you later. So here we're looking at the first of my current side projects. This is Shadowrun. These are officially licensed Shadowrun miniatures for the Shadowrun role-playing game by Ralph Arthur, early 90s. And they look very 90s with these, a trench coat with rolled up sleeves. These hairstyles, straight out of an Elmore painting. Yeah, very late 80s, early 90s. The interesting thing about these is that even though they are so old, they're actually pretty big. Comparing this to a Space Marine, I can't hold it with one hand so you can see properly because I'm holding one hand with a camera right now, but they're almost of a size. So these are actually 28 mil. Most of my really old minis are the old 25 mil scale, but these guys must have been in the first wave of when the industry started switching to 28 mil. And yeah, you might see a little more of these in the future. I'm thinking about, well, never mind that. And here we see the second of my current side projects, the one I don't care that much about, some skeletons by Reaper, and their bones. And Bonesium, what can you say, man? I've cleaned them up as far as this sort of material will allow. I've super glued them to washers for weight, because these things will blow over if you breathe heavy on them. And I'll be adding some green stuff around here and some basic grit, of course. But they will get really, really quick and dirty paint jobs, because it's not worth my time to fret over a miniature made in Bonesium. Yeah. And this is what he looks like after 5, in most places, coats of very thin imperial blue. Let's rotate him slowly so you can see. It's a very even coat, I think. It's a very nice finish. It's almost a shame to start to put highlights on it, but I will. Interesting. This rim here sort of looks lighter than what's the main portion. I didn't intend for that, but it doesn't really matter because it's going to get highlighted up even more anyway. But yeah. I like to have this, like I said, this nice, even, solid base coat to work from. So, I gotta go. I gotta watch the latest episode of Game of Thrones. So, see you later for the next episode of the Matte Painting Challenge.